Hi, I'm Chelsea Mytko, kindergarten teacher and mom to Jane and Finley. This video is part of a series all about print concepts. We're going to be talking about milestones in development, so that goes from infant, toddler to preschooler, all in this print concept idea, so print features, things that we're noticing in the text. I'm going to be giving you an idea of some of the milestones for each of these developmental stages, as well as some suggestions as things you can do to help support your child's development at home. At the end of the video, be sure to check the description, where I'm going to link a handout that gives you a bunch of different milestones, some that I didn't mention in this video, as well as some of those suggestions as well. First, let's talk about infants. This is 0 to 12 months. Now, a lot of the milestones when it comes to print concepts are going to be later on in this development, so closer to that 12-month range, usually between about 6 and 12 months. We want our little ones to be able to look at pictures as we're pointing to them and notice them. So that's one of our milestones, noticing as you're pointing to pictures. Another thing would be manipulating soft books or hard, like board books, being able to turn the pages. Those are two of our milestones. Now, there are some more you're going to see in the handout, but some things that you can do to help support their development at this early stage is modeling. That means you're reading tons of different books to your little one. A great time to do this is at tummy time. You're very close with your little one, you're both on your tummies together, you're turning the pages, you might be pointing to some things as you speak about them, and your little one is really engaged with the book. You also want to be giving them access to different books on their own, so they're independently playing. This is something I like to do even in the car. I have some of those soft black and white contrast books, and they kind of crinkle. And that's what my little one, Finley, is using in the car. Now, he's 5 months old. He's starting to notice things. He's starting to put that in his mouth and hear the sounds, and that's where we want him to be. Eventually, he'll be actually turning the pages with a little bit more dexterity. Now let's talk about toddler milestones. You can support your toddler's development by modeling reading. This is the best way we can do it for every developmental stage. Now again, I'm not going to mention all of them. See the handout for some more. But toddlers, this is about 1 to 3 years old. We want them to start holding books, turning their pages, noticing the cover page, and pretending to read. They might even be reading in a sense of memorizing, knowing that there are certain words that go on certain pages. So if you've read a book a few times, your 1 to 3 year old may take that and start saying it out loud like they've memorized the book. That is something to celebrate. No, they're not reading the words, but they're still very young, and that is a great milestone of reading. Another thing toddlers are going to be doing is noticing environmental print. Now, this can be out and about in your neighborhood, but it can also be in your home as well. The Cheerios box, for example. They might read Cheerios as they go to open that in the pantry. That would be understanding some of their environmental print. Something that you can do to support your child's development with environmental print is go for a walk around your neighborhood. Doing this, you're going to be able to point to stop signs, point to street names, and read those out. Look at different signs around your neighborhood that might be letting you know something going on at the park. This is a great way to engage with print outside of your home. All right, and the third developmental stage we're going to talk about is that preschool age. So that's about 3 to 5 years old. Once again, if your child is not hitting all of these different milestones, that's okay. Children do develop at different stages. However, we want to be aware of the overall milestones so that if they're not hitting any, this is raising concerns and you're able to reach out for that support that you need. Preschool milestones include things like recognizing some letters, being able to understand that there are letters and that words are made up of letters. We also want them to be able to turn the pages, see the cover page and the back cover, being able to talk about that there's an illustrator and an author and a title. We also want them noticing things like speech bubbles, and noticing exclamation marks, starting to see some punctuation in our texts. Your preschooler might even be starting to read words or attempting to read. Something else that they might be doing is asking adults to help dictate words for them. So if they want to start writing, they might be asking adults to, write a few words, maybe to grandma and grandpa, so that they're able to start that writing process as well. You can support your preschooler by, again, providing a lot of different texts, modeling, reading, as well as engaging with what they're noticing. So if they start to notice letters on the page, you might be trying to ask some questions about that. So they notice the letter S. You could be saying, yes, you're right, that's a letter S. Oh, S says S, like snake. Can we think of any other words that start with a S sound? So this is just a great way to have a conversation, and preschoolers are ready for that conversation. For more milestones and some different ideas to how to support during each of these developmental stages, as well as a link to Janet's book, please see the description below. I'm Chelsea Mytko. Thanks for visiting Born to Read.